So I now have braces. They're not too noticeable. Like, I'm still looking at myself because, well, why wouldn't I? I have new braces on. You can see this one here isn't engaged in the wire yet. They couldn't get the wire to wrap through. So what they're gonna do is allow these to settle with the lowest gauge wire. And next month, when I go back, they'll put a spring in between these two teeth to separate the teeth, and then they'll be able to engage the wire and pull it in. So far, it doesn't feel terrible. Sorry, I'm in my vehicle in the Walmart parking lot because all of the staff at the orthodontist office was getting ready to go for lunch, and I didn't want them to see me making a video in their parking lot. So I don't have elastics around my top, the top ceramics yet either. You may eventually put elastics on, but because we're only intentionally moving one tooth, I guess it didn't need the elastics yet. The bottom ones I got flashy metallic purple. Sorry, I can't see well in the phone because it is so bright outside. It's gonna be 30 degrees today, quite toasty, and it's really toasty here in my vehicle as well because I can't have my AC on, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. Yeah, I don't think I'm talking weirdly. Like when I swallow, it sounds funny, like it sounds really wet in there, but it's just got to get used to not constantly sucking at my teeth to get all the extra saliva out. I just have to learn to live with that. It's quite nice actually going to this orthodontist because my family's been using them for years. My daughter, she had quite an underbite, which I had when I was young too, but I just happened to have these teeth all came out at the same time. Story for another time. And they ended up coming in later, like it was just kind of stunted and whatever because the teeth came out earlier than they were supposed to. And they came in straight. On my daughter, they weren't coming in straight. She has one tooth that was coming in completely backwards. So they started her off with, I guess, phase 1. Phase 1, they had to put a Hyrax in. Google it. It's not just a little animal from Africa. Actually, this metal appliance that they put across the roof of your mouth. And it's a palatal expander. And that made room for that tooth to be completely twisted. Anyway, long story short, we've been going to this orthodontist. I go off on tangents, you'll get used to it. We've been going to this orthodontist for, I guess we started going there 2 years ago for Katie's treatment. And Katie last month just got her braces back on because she's had them off for about a year and a bit. I'm not sure when exactly she got them off, but she had them on, and it wasn't to get everything straight, it was to get all the teeth back into alignment, make sure her center line was on par and all of that sort of stuff. So, tangent again. We're both in braces. You'll probably notice my video is a little choppy. Earlier, I didn't realize my phone was that full because I've got a pretty decent size memory on my phone, but apparently I had a bunch of videos and a couple of new apps that my kids downloaded, so I wasn't expecting to run out of room, but I will record more of my brain. This is really weird. I just start playing with them in the middle of talking. That's just lovely. See? Yeah. I am a dork. My point is that as I go along, like, this isn't uncomfortable at all. This, like, it feels like when you haven't painted your nails in a long time and you paint your nails with like one too many coats and you can feel your nail polish. Well, I'm aware of all of my teeth, but it's not painful at all. I can definitely feel that it is going to be sensitive on my lips I will be using a lot of wax, I think, over the next week. I think I got out of the dentist chair at like 12 o'clock. So I went in at 10. They started doing the braces at about 10:15, and I was done about 11:45, and then they did 11:45. 11:45? Anyway, I was out of the office, paid and paperwork and all of that sort of stuff, and in my vehicle by 12 o'clock. So by the time I spent out of my vehicle was 2 hours exactly. All of that tangent was just to tell you that it's noon. I've had my braces on. The brackets have been on my teeth since 11. The wires went in probably 11:15. And I will check in when I start feeling pain. Or maybe when I have to brush for the first time. We'll see which comes first. So I decided to get some food on my way home and stop halfway home to eat it. Because I figured it's probably pretty darn distracting to eat with braces for the very first time. I actually picked myself up some McDonald's because I figured it's practically like pre-chewed for you, so it might be a little easier. Fry or burger first? Let's try fry. Yeah, it's definitely a weird sensation. I don't have any constant pain. I've had a couple of twinges. I had a twinge on this side and then kind of a twinge in the nerve area on this side. And right when I bit into this fry, I had a twinge back here. That's the side I was chewing on. So let's see how this burger goes. I may be bringing my husband home a burger. I'm just gonna try to avoid the pickle side. There we go. Not so difficult, but it's totally stuck all over my braces, and that feels really gross. There's one spot that they might have to run down a little bit on this side where one of my teeth just kind of, it didn't hit the bracket when I was sitting up, it hit the bracket when I was laying down. But she said I might have an issue while I'm chewing, which I did just hit it again. So hopefully I don't pop the bracket off. The orthodontist is about an hour away from my house, so it is quite a big deal to just run in for a pop bracket, so we kind of try to avoid that. Let's try another bite. My lips got between. So it's 10 a.m. the day after I got my braces, so my braces appointment would have started yesterday at 10 a.m. I was going to take a video last night, but I was too irritable. Because my teeth weren't hurting, they were just annoyed, like really, really annoyed. This morning, this one here hurts. Very hard brushing my teeth this morning. And I skipped the flossing. That just was not happening this morning, and I imagine it's only going to get worse from here, so probably not a good decision to skip this morning, but I did. I'll get it tonight, or if I eat any solids today. My plan for the day is I stocked up my work yesterday with kind of like little single serving packets of puddings and the fun stuff that when I want to eat, I'll eat a pudding. Or I think I put in those like fresh packets of grapefruit. Sorry, just spacey today. And I threw in a few other things like soft potato salad and oatmeal, stuff like that. Anyway, today I'm bringing my Plexus and I'm bringing my Shakeology to work. And I got this other kind of oatmeal that sounds pretty yummy. I haven't tried it before. I also got a gluten-free version that I still have at my house. And I'm also bringing in ice because I also bought a brand new magic bullet yesterday just for work. And I repurposed one of my makeup kits to make an ortho pack for my purse. And I'll go through that later once I figure out what needs to stay and what needs to go, what I need all the time and what I don't need all the time. But yeah, story of the day. So you would have thought in the first 24 hours of getting your braces that your braces would be the most annoying thing that day. No. My dog, like, I live on an acreage. I'm not sure you can see it. It might be too bright out there. On an acreage outside of town, and we were at a public event that my husband was putting on for the fire hall last night, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna put her in her kennel because she gets really kind of frightened of thunder showers, and it's just that time of year we're gonna get thunder showers, and she also wants to like come in the house if somebody's shooting in their backyard, which tends to happen out here. My daughter latched her in the kennel. I'm assuming she latched her okay. She did the top and bottom latch, but somehow my dog got out of her kennel, went to the front door, which is one of those latch openers, not like a knob opener. I think I'm going to be upgrading to, I thought I was upgrading to this, but apparently my dog had other ideas because she can open that door. She opened the door and the mosquitoes are huge this year. So huge. I have bites everywhere. For the first hour and a half after we got home, so like 8 o'clock, we were killing mosquitoes. Killing mosquitoes all night. Tried the Pinterest hack of doing the bottle with the yeast in. No such luck. Even brought in our outside blue light zapper. Barely worked. So we all slept in my bedroom last night. And we stayed another hour after that in my bedroom. Just, we couldn't fall asleep because of the buzzing, and we just were like killing bugs constantly. We finally got to sleep, like, I think my kids got to sleep at 11:30, so I'm imagining they're gonna be crankpots today. I'm gonna be a crankpot today. And yeah, so the braces definitely were not the most annoying thing to happen last night. So you can see that I have one spot that bothered me overnight because I didn't wax. I didn't put wax there. I put wax here and I put wax on the ends here because those were poking me. And where the wax is open across where that tooth is missing, that disturbed, like, hurt my cheek. I can't really wax around it. I haven't figured anything out. And right here there's a temporary filling instead of a crown, and so that is extra long wires right there. So those were annoying me. Waxed all of that except for that one wire up top, and these ones I didn't wax because they weren't bothering me. Well, maybe I should have waxed because they are super ouchy. I have like little cankery like sores right there, but I have wax on it now. So I have wax down here, and I think I have some over here, and then in those two spots there again. I'm probably gonna have to wax up here later, but I'm going in late, but I'm still making it to work. Braces slowed things down by a good 25 minutes this morning. So I'm gonna head into work. It's a good thing I'm the boss, and I planned for having a full staff there. I work at the local library. So yeah, I'm gonna go into work now and see how long I can last, because usually I have to talk a lot while I'm there, and just talking right now is irritating that part of my lip, just where it keeps rubbing up and down. Thanks for watching, and hopefully that helped in your what to expect on your first day of getting braces. And I will check in again probably in a week.